Young Adult Podcast.
Welcome to Cornerstone Youth and Young Adults Podcast.
There we go, 165.
There we go. Pastor Lucas here. I'm the executive pastor at Cornerstone Church.
I'm Pastor Aaron. I'm the youth pastor here.
And I like to show off our show notes.
You do?
Makes people laugh for some reason. So today, my show notes are on a little blue
sticky note.
Sticky note, mostly on the front and just a smidgen on the back.
Smidge on the back.
And people don't think we can get a half an hour at this, but I have gotten a half an hour out of less.
Out of less. That's true. Very true. Well, guys, we've been gone for a little bit, a couple weeks off on the podcast because Pastor Luke, you and I were both on vacation.
Oh, yes. God bless the vacation.
And I know you guys went to Virginia Beach.
Yes.
Sounded amazing.
It was great. It was awesome. My wife was born in Virginia Beach.
Okay.
And lived there for a little bit of her childhood. And then most of her childhood then was spent going back to Virginia Beach for a vacation.
Okay.
So she has wonderful childhood memories that I don't have. But
right.
So we've been to Virginia Beach now twice, and you should see her when she gets to Virginia Beach, man.
Yeah. That's so funny because
you should see what her whole demeanor changes.
Yeah. So my family, we went to the Outer Banks of North Carolina. And it's crazy because it's a very similar situation with my wife. I've never been to the Outer Banks of North Carolina before. But Dana grew up going there. That's where her dad's side of the family, so her parents are divorced. So her dad's side of the family would go to the Outer Banks for vacation. And so she has all of these amazing memories and stories and just all this nostalgia for the Outer Banks of North Carolina. And so we went there and it was
all that, let me just say this and tell me if you agree. All that nostalgia makes it better than what it really is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Yeah.
And so going there with her family, like it was, we went with her whole family, her dad, her stepmom, her brothers and their families. We had a giant condo right on the beach and it was great time. It was awesome watching her just, be there and get in that vacation mode and get to do, she took me to do some of the stuff that they grew up doing. Some of it I was really bad at, but we tried it anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
Loved doing it.
Boogie boarding?
Yeah, I was terrible at it.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I was trying so hard. And I think so when we were there, I'll preface what I was about to say with this. There was only 2 days where we were allowed to go swimming while we were there. And when there was those 2 days, there was still a single red flag up on the beach.
Red flags. We had red flags too.
Every other day that we were there was a double red flag with the no swimming flag. So it was only those 2 days that we were even allowed to swim. And in those 2 days, I think I got maybe 7 times, 6 or 7, where I successfully rode a wave in all the way to the shore. And my wife was doing it every time. She'd hop on a wave and just cruise right in, and I kept falling behind and sinking back in the water. And she'd be like, "What's going on?" I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
It's bone density. So we had red flags too because it was high wind.
Yeah.
One day we were at the beach and we could only stay out there for about 2.5 hours because there was such strong winds.
Yeah.
It wore us down.
Oh, yeah.
It wore us down.
Yeah.
But that was still a single red flag day on the ocean. And so we still swam. We still had a good time.
Yeah.
And we had a great time on vacation. It sounds like you guys had a great time too.
Absolutely.
We were driving home from vacation and it's, it's an 11-hour drive, I think, maybe 12.
Yeah.
And we were a little over halfway home and my wife's like, "Do you want to do this every year?" And I was like, I don't know, the drive. It's just, I don't know if I want to do this drive every summer.
Yeah.
And our drive was a little irritating at times because there was so much traffic and construction was unbelievable.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And it really delayed us and slowed us down. There happened to be on the way home, there was this terrible accident.
No.
We were pretty much stopped for an hour.
Oh, man.
And we weren't even that far into the adventure home.
Dude, that's so frustrating.
Yeah, it was frustrating. It really was. I was like, oh, man, I don't know. I mean, I love the ocean. I think I'd rather fly to Florida.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
I don't know, but we saved money driving and doing all
Oh
that.
yeah,
But
yeah. So we drove. Obviously, this is the first time that we had taken Sadie. She's almost 11 months, on any road trip remotely close to, this amount of time. So we did in 2 days. I think you guys did your drive in 2 days as well.
Yeah.
But we got so lucky with our traffic. Only twice we hit like 10 minutes of traffic.
Man, you did get lucky. I don't know how you.
I don't know how we did that.
No, I don't know either.
But once in I think it was in Virginia. It might have been in North Carolina, somewhere in like the mountainous area of either North Carolina or Virginia. I can't remember. It all kind of blends together. And then once when we were actually like back home in Michigan, like just a little south of like Monroe or something, I think, on 75. That was it.
Red flags.
Red flags. We both had them on the beach.
We do want to talk about red flags today. Believe it or not. This is ironic and not on purpose.
It's true, yeah.
I mean, you started talking about your red flags on the beach, and I thought about my red flags on the beach, and I realized we're talking about red flags.
We're talking about
today.
red flags.
But
Come
we're
on,
talking
somebody.
about relationship red flags.
That's right.
And we're talking about dating relationships.
Dating relationships, red flags, beige flags, which I'm not even sure what that is exactly.
I was informed today for the very first time that there is such thing as a beige flag.
Yeah, I would have thought it was just called a yellow flag.
I would have assumed yellow. So green flag is, we all know what the green flags are.
Yeah,
We all know what the red flags are.
yeah,
And then you got these beige flags.
right.
So we're going to talk about some of this stuff today. And here, like I said, here's my notes for the podcast. You ready?
I'm ready. I'm waiting.
I know. First question. I mean, we're going here.
We're going.
Maybe we should start with our our resume.
Okay. Yeah.
So like what I mean is, I've been married for a little over 17 years.
Yeah.
My wife and I dated though for about 4 years,
Yeah.
and one of those was engaged.
Yeah.
Still consider that dating.
Yeah. For sure.
And then now we've been married for a little over 17 years. We got 3 kids. We're happily married. We love each other very much. And I think I'm qualified. I think
Yeah.
I'm qualified for this conversation.
I think so too.
Because
I think
I've had bad dating relationships.
Yeah.
I've had just normal dating relationships.
Yeah.
And then I've had a great dating relationship, and that was with my wife, Jen.
Come on.
So and when I say I had bad, I mean there was red flags.
Yeah. Right.
So I've seen it all in my own personal life.
Come on.
And so what's your resume?
Yeah, so me and my wife have been married almost 4 years. It'll be 4 years next month. We were dating before that a little over 2, maybe 4 months or like 2 years or 4 months or something like that, including about a year of being engaged. And yeah, I actually, before my wife, I only dated one other person before I started dating my wife, Dana. It obviously did not end well. So to talk about that. But yeah, that's my resume.
Okay.
There you have it.
So let's do a little bit here. Let's start this off by defining like what's a red flag, what's a green flag, and what's a beige flag. And I can kind of give my opinion really quickly. So just the simplest, most basic thought when you think of red flag. I mean, in my opinion, red flag means stop.
Stop.
Stop dating them.
Yeah.
Stop everything.
Yeah.
Now, beige flag, though, in my opinion, means we can work with this.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree.
We can work with this.
I think it means proceed. Yeah. I don't even know if proceed with caution is the right, but just like we can work with this. I think that was a good term. Work with this.
Yeah. And can I even be bold enough to say, Pastor Aaron,
Yeah.
that every single relationship has beige flags?
Yeah, it's what I was just kind of going to say that. Like, if you think your relationship is all green flags, the person, either you or the person that you're dating, is definitely hiding something.
Yeah, or you're just love is blind.
Yeah, could
It's
be
a
that
classic
too.
statement, right?
And it can be so true.
Yeah.
Love is blind.
I guess so. I guess it's okay if love is blind. I mean, because you can proceed with beige flags. I've got I mean, I'm not a perfect husband. I'm not a
Yeah.
perfect, boyfriend right now for my wife.
Yeah.
Heck no, not at all.
Yeah.
And she better not divorce me over a beige flag. I'd be ticked.
Yeah, that'd be super wrong too.
I know, it would be super wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then green flags are like, whew, let's go, baby. This is
Yeah.
awesome.
Go.
Yeah, go. Going to the go-go.
Pedal to the metal, baby.
Who said going to the go-go?
Who, like the original person that said going to the go-go?
Yes, I just quoted one of our favorite television shows.
I don't know who the original
Well,
going to the
it's
go-go
from
is.
The Office.
Okay.
It's Michael Scott.
Yeah. Was that the original though? Or did he quote it from someone else?
No. He's the originator of going to the go-go.
Okay.
Because him and Jan Levinson Gould, no Gould, just Jan Levinson,
Just right.
kissed in the parking lot of Chili's.
Yes.
And then she sees the camera.
Yeah.
And she's like, let's get in the car. And he's like, go into the go-go.
Right. I thought he was
All that nervous energy.
I thought he was quoting someone else.
No, I
in
don't
that
think so.
quote, but maybe not. I
No.
could be wrong. That's really funny. I literally just watched that episode of The Office.
Going to the go-go. That's Michael Scott. So, yeah, those are kind of red, beige, green flags. Okay, so, like, maybe we could decide right now, like, what are some red flags? What are some red flags? And I think about, I can only really think of, like, my own personal red flags.
Yeah.
So, I'm even thinking about, like, red flags that I saw in previous relationships and even red flags with who is now my wife.
Yeah.
There was a red flag
Yeah. Okay.
in the relationship. So what do I mean by that? Well, we had been I'll explain the red flag. We had been dating for, I think, about almost 2 years.
Okay.
And I really wanted to get more serious. We were very casual in our dating. Most of our dating, when we would go out on dates, most of the time we were with groups.
Okay. Yeah.
We wouldn't prefer each other on the weekends.
Okay.
So, what are you doing this weekend? Actually, I'm going out with some of the guys on Friday, and we were going to do this on, after church on Sunday. Oh, have a great weekend with your friends.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah.
Maybe we can hang out a little bit on Saturday.
Yeah.
So, like, we're talking pretty, wouldn't you say it's pretty casual?
Yeah, for sure.
Pretty casual. And honestly, like, I was really in love with her.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm really ready to prefer each other more and be more serious.
Yeah.
And so we were out, and I had really poured out my heart to her, and I told her what I was really wanting, and she said she wasn't ready for that.
Wow.
And I was so, like, devastated
Yeah.
that I said, you know what, then? See you later.
Wow.
And so she just stormed out of the car and slammed the door.
Yeah.
And that was
man.
it. That was it. But that really, in my mind, and I think it was the right move because, I don't know, maybe a month later, something like that, she called me.
Yeah.
And she realized she was being dumb.
Yeah.
And she just rejected all that because she was scared. And that's
Yeah.
really not how she felt.
Yeah.
She just was scared.
Right.
So we got back together. But it was a red flag. And now why? Well, the truth and reality is that I had thoughts of marrying her.
Right.
And that's a whole lot more further than just being more serious in dating.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And so in my mind, I'm like, well, if I'm going to end up marrying this girl, we've got to get to the next level.
Yeah. Right.
Well, she doesn't even want to go to the next level.
Yeah. Well, then how are we supposed to eventually get married?
We're not.
Right. Exactly.
So then if we're not getting married, then I ain't messing around.
Then we're just gonna end this right now.
I'm going to end it right now.
Yeah.
And we did.
Yeah.
And it was terrible. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not like I was like, fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I was miserable. I
Right.
was so upset. I was like, my whole world. I can't believe this whole thing's done.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to marry this girl. Now I'm done.
Yeah. It's rough.
It was really rough.
Yeah.
She called me back. She called
Praise
me
God.
back. Yeah. So, but that was, in my mind, in our relationship, that was a red flag.
Yeah.
So that's a good red flag just in our past.
Yeah, for sure. I think another red flag for me, I'll give you kind of a really general one that hopefully if you're listening to this podcast, you would just agree with right off the bat, is that, man, if they don't love Jesus like crazy.
That's so obvious, though,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, just say it, though. You got to say it out loud. Go ahead.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to just like breeze like, but I'm gonna let you know that if they don't love Jesus like crazy, red flag, slam the brakes, turn around, get out of there.
Yeah, if you're going to the ministry and I'm going to the ministry and someone we're dating's like, no, I don't want to be in the ministry. I hate the ministry.
Yeah.
Then hit the brakes, kick her out of the car, and never look at her again.
Yeah.
Because she gone.
Yeah. So here's was another one for me, was that if they weren't aligned with what I believe was the call of God on my life, then that was a big red flag for me. And that was actually one of the big reasons that the girl that I dated before my wife, that me and her broke up. Because I knew since I was a young boy that I wanted to go into full-time ministry. I mean, this girl was a Christian. She loved Jesus. Like, there was like nothing where she has, this secret double life where, she wasn't following the Lord or anything like that. But she's just like, man, I don't see a future in the ministry. And so we were dating for a little bit, and I had brought that up. I said, hey, man, this is what I'm going to do. And she kind of let me know that's not how she felt or what she wanted for her future. And I said, well, this is not something that I'm going to bend on or compromise on, because I know that God's called me to do this. So if you don't want to get on board with this vision, then we're going to be done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
totally. And I would say there's tons of red flags, and they're all, some of them are really obvious.
Yeah.
Some of them are really kind of the tiny minutia of life, so to speak.
Yeah.
And I mean, the obvious ones, if they're a serial killer, get away, but I don't think people need that advice, right?
Right.
But there can be red flags that you want to ignore, but you can't ignore them.
Yeah.
You can't ignore them. If one of the people in the relationship is lazy, that in my opinion is a red flag. Mm-hmm. Won't work, refuses to do things with their life.
Yeah.
Has no I feel like they have a purpose or a vision or a plan. Mm-hmm. Nothing like that going on. Then that's a big red flag.
Yeah.
And I would have serious conversations.
Yeah. And I think that's a really good red flag, because the Bible even talks about that red flag, that, man, if you're supposed to be a part of the church, if you're providing then, or if you're not providing, if you're not doing the work of God, then the Bible says that you're worse off than an unbeliever. Mm-hmm. If you're claiming to be a part of the church, but you're not doing anything with your life. Yeah. And so if the Bible says that and has a really strict warning against it, probably I should too.
Yeah. So along with explaining some of these red flags, we're kind of answering the next question, which is, what are some non-negotiables in relationships? Okay. And I would say right off the bat, you've got purity is right up there. Yeah. Committed to church is right up there as a non-negotiable. Having a love for Jesus Christ is a complete non-negotiable, and going to work as a man. Yeah. Providing for your family, that is a non-negotiable. I mean, even the Apostle Paul talks about it in the Bible. Yeah. A man who won't provide for his family is worse than an unbeliever, even Paul says. Right. And you got to be able to do these things. Those are some non-negotiables. And I would even say right now that as far as non-negotiables go, there's not that many. Yeah. But if you can nail them, then you're pretty good.
Yeah. Dude, if they squeeze the toothpaste from the middle instead of the bottom, non-negotiable.
Yeah, if they put the toilet paper roll upside down, non-negotiable.
No, false. Bro, you can work past that. The toothpaste one, though, you can't.
Oh, my gosh. But what we described are beige flags.
Yeah, there you go.
Squeezing toothpaste from the middle, putting the toilet paper upside down. I don't know. There's a ton of beige flags that you've got to be able to work with. Yeah. And many relationships will fall apart because people are too picky with the non-negotiables.
Yeah. I've seen people who were dating this. It was this girl who was dating this great guy. I thought he was awesome. But she had, when she was younger, she had made this big list of what she wanted in a guy. And this guy didn't hit one of her things. That was a very trivial thing, just something that really didn't matter that much.
Do you remember what it was? Because I'm curious about that.
I don't remember exactly what it was, but I remember her telling me and being like, "That's what it was."
Like his eye color or something?
So, yeah, it was something. I remember it was something about the way that he looked, but it was like not like his looks. Like it was like one thing about how he looked, and I was like, "That was the thing."
Huh.
But it was like, well, he didn't hit every check mark on the list, so she dumped him, and I was like, that seemed like a bad decision.
Yeah. Yes. I wouldn't advise that either.
Yeah. Neither would I.
She could do whatever she wants, but
Yeah.
I'm not losing sleep over it. But like, I wouldn't advise that.
Yeah.
Personally.
Right. And so there's those things where I'm like, you're never gonna meet a perfect person. The only perfect person there ever was Jesus.
Yeah. I wonder too, Pastor Aaron, if people are making the wrong list.
Yeah, I think they are.
I think you should have a list.
Yeah.
But it probably doesn't look like the list you're making. What do I mean by that? So I completely forget like height, weight, eye color, skin color, hair color. Forget all that.
Yeah.
Like, because it all fades as you age.
Yeah.
What you really should be writing down is like man or woman of God.
Yeah.
Zeal for the house of the Lord.
Yeah, there you go.
Passionate prayer life.
Yeah.
Loves to, I don't know, cook and clean. I mean, like, that's more important than that her butt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, there's things, there should be some things in the list. I mean, I'm not saying loves to cook and clean, but maybe will cook and clean.
Yeah.
I mean, I do some cleaning. I don't do much cooking. I like to grill.
Yeah, there you go.
I will cook.
Yeah.
But my there's some complaining in the house when I do. And there's fear too. But like there should be a list of things, but it's probably different from what you're writing out.
Yeah.
I don't know, like loves children.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
What if they can't have children? See, there's the difference.
Yeah.
Because maybe you don't even you find out they can't physically have children. That though is not a deal breaker.
No, that wouldn't have been a deal breaker at all for me and my wife.
Because you can adopt, something like that. But do they love children?
Yeah.
And just some of those things are more important.
Yeah.
Temper.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
Is way more important than jawline or straight teeth.
Yeah. Right.
It's just saying, like you
Yeah.
gotta, when that fist is coming at your head, you're not gonna be worried. Oh man, I just wish those teeth were straight.
Right. Good thing at least he's got that good jawline.
Yeah, like, this punch, I can take this hit because that jawline is on point.
Right.
I'm just saying, like, there's some things that are just way more important.
Yeah.
And I, when I was youth pastor, I noticed that students were making lists.
Yeah.
And I discouraged it.
Yeah.
Completely discouraged it.
Yeah.
Because you're really narrowing down, I think, what could possibly have been one of God's best for you.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. And I think I loved what you said that there should be things that you look for that are non-negotiables that can be on that list, but it's way different than the list that most high schoolers have written out or thought of. I think one of the things that so attracted me to my wife was the way that she had a genuine care and love for people, especially people that a lot of other people didn't. I would see her interact with people that other people would walk right by, see the way that she interacted with people with disabilities, see the way that she interacted with, for her job, she was always working with people in foster care or adoption and or working with people at schools that needed more help with their learning disabilities. Like those were always the people that she was drawn to point. And man, I love that about her.
Yeah.
I thought, man, like that is someone that because she just has this genuine love of God in her to just pour out on the least. And like, that's something that I wanted to look for.
Yeah.
And that she had, but that was so much more important to me, than some of the other things that, high schoolers got on their list.
So looks are important. And I'm I guess, grateful that I'm very attracted to my wife.
Yeah.
But that the stuff on the inside lasts a whole lot longer.
Yeah.
And it even makes the outer. I even say, I don't know if this is true or not, but when there's a genuine, wonderful person on the inside,
Yeah.
it improves the outside too.
Yeah. At least I think it makes my wife seem way more attractive to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. Because if they have an ugly spirit,
Yeah.
it does have that way of going, ugh.
Yeah. I think it shows through, man.
Yeah. So be careful with that. And what's interesting is there's another question on here about, this is an interesting question.
Okay.
Like it says, what are spiritual boundaries?
Spiritual boundaries.
And
all right.
me and Jen, when we were dating, we actually had spiritual boundaries.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, it is a good idea to have spiritual boundaries.
Yeah. I think that there was things that we had spiritual boundaries for, and then I think there was things that as we got, especially after we got engaged, that I think that we could have done a better job at doing. Like, I'll give you an example.
Sure.
All right, so we, when we were dating, we would not like sit and just hold hands and pray together about stuff when it was just the two of us.
Neither would Jen and I.
But I think that once we got engaged, that not necessarily when it was like just the two of us, but that we could have started putting into practice a better together prayer life. Like, hey, let me call it, because for most of our engagement, we were not like nearby each other. We lived 2.5 hours away from each other during our entire engagement. And so I think, man, if we could have called each other on the phone and prayed together on the phone more, it would have helped us quicker into our marriage start that habit.
Yes.
But I think that spiritual boundary, because praying together can be something that's really intimate.
Yes, it is. It is intimate, especially when you share certain prayer requests.
Right.
That are intimate.
Exactly. And so I think that there should be that boundary. And I guess I'm just saying that I don't know if I did it the best.
That's okay.
But I think that they should be there.
Jen and I right away decided that we were going to limit and put a lid on a lot of spiritual stuff that we would do just the two of us. Mm-hmm. We weren't going to spend our time together praying and worshiping.
Yeah.
It was just something that felt like, especially early on, like the dating part, like it felt like it would be unhealthy to put the cart before the horse. It almost felt like putting the cart before the horse. And I think too, there can be spiritual manipulation.
Yeah. 100%.
And Christians, for some reason, are really good at this. Spiritual manipulation.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
The Lord told me we were going to get married. I was in
Right.
prayer. The Lord told me we were going to get married. Like, you've really did a number on that person when you say something like that. Because, if you don't get married, then God lied.
Right.
Or what do you do now with that? So you got to be careful with spiritual manipulation. And I would really warn and just heed you to say, pray together when you're engaged and married. Worship together when you're engaged and married. Share those intimate prayer requests when you're engaged and married.
Yeah.
And I wonder what it is, Pastor Aaron. I know we're almost done with the podcast, and we got one more question that'll be quick for us.
All right.
I wonder what it is about when you pray together, it knits something together.
Yeah.
So don't knit something too quickly.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not a good idea.
I totally agree. Totally agree.
Okay. All right. Last one here, and this one might be quick.
Yeah.
But Is there such thing as a too high maintenance of a girl?
Too high maintenance of a girl.
Too
All right.
high maintenance.
I don't think that seems like maybe a weird question to answer as a guy, but I don't.
Well, just, it's a good question for you to answer because when you were looking to marry somebody,
Yeah.
in your opinion, was there something where you're like, that's just too high maintenance for me, but I could see why somebody else might be okay with that?
There wasn't really. Maybe it was just because the girls that I was ever interested in never seemed like that. But that was never something where I was like, let me try to figure out how high maintenance they would be.
Yeah.
That was never something that I really thought about or cared about. This is kind of my personal opinion. I think that no matter how high maintenance that you think that you are, there is never going to be somebody that's not like, man, she's just going to be too high maintenance. Like there's going to be somebody that is going to be attracted to you.
That's what I was thinking. Like for every high maintenance girl, there's a guy who loves it.
Yeah. There you go. You got what I was trying to say.
Okay. And there is.
Yeah, 100%.
Like my friends have married high maintenance girls and they are so happy together.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that it works for you guys. For some reason, he loves it.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, then fantastic.
Yeah. There you go.
So let me even just burst the bubble here a little bit.
All right.
Because I think that pretty much every single person is high maintenance with something.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, no, I think you're right.
So I get high maintenance when football season starts.
Right.
Yeah. You get high maintenance when hunting season starts.
It's true.
So, but to others that looks like low maintenance kind of guy.
Right.
Oh, just a jock, or just a hunter, like
right.
A hunter gatherer.
Yeah.
You're low maintenance. You don't need nothing but a tent and a rifle. Well. See, it is high maintenance if you get into it.
Yeah,
I mean, if you get into it, it's high maintenance,
Yeah, you can ask my wife. I'm sure she'll tell you.
I'm serious.
Yeah,
I really think most people, I mean, everybody, I think is high maintenance with something.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I didn't disagree one bit.
Oh, that's interesting that you agree with that because it's kind of a hot take, I think.
I think it probably is a hot take, but I don't disagree with you. I think it's very accurate, and I think that if you are so scared about somebody being high maintenance in any area that scares you away, that maybe you got to do some work on yourself before you want to get into a serious relationship.
Maybe. Huh. I think that concludes our podcast.
Wraps it up.
It does wrap it up. Puts a nice bow on it.
165.
Yes. Wraps it up like a nice tortilla.
I was going to say a box of chocolates.
How would you describe this podcast then? Would you describe this podcast as maybe not a tortilla, but maybe a tamale wrapped in the corn?
Dude, I love tamales.
Bro.
Hot take, tamales is one of the best Mexican foods there is.
And hard to find.
And it's hard to find a good one.
Yeah.
But when you find a good one.
Maybe this podcast was like a nice, fresh, homemade tamale.
There you go.
Praise the Lord.
Praise God.
It's been great to be with you today, audience.
See you guys in the next one.
Yep. Catch you on the next one. Bye.
Youth and Young Adult Podcast. Youth and Young Adult Podcast. Youth and Young Adult Podcast.